Did you tell someone you love them today? Well, did you? For so many years as young people, we did not hear those words from anyone. We did not hear those words because they didn't hear them themselves. And so they didn't think it was necessary to even, to tell their children or their grandchildren that they love them. We had to learn that because love is an action word, then when I got older, I had to learn. And honestly, it was my husband, my second husband, Donnie, who, once I came to America and I did college, I got a higher education. And I assimilated into the American way and see how people would hug one another. People, they were not afraid to use those words. And so I was not afraid to say to him, I love you. I so appreciate you. I would use those terms to him. When I write to him, I would use those words. But I noticed that he said it one time and that was it. So like when he came here, I felt for him when he came here to this country. And when he came, if I say I love you, he said I love you too. But he would never first say I love you. He'll never first, he's not like I would say, he's not a romantic person. Or then he doesn't waste time on words with some words. And he said to me, I said to him, you don't use the word I love you. And he said to me, doesn't the things I do for you tells you that I love you? And it is true. The words, I love you, they are good words. They're beautiful words. You want to hear them. But love, isn't it an action word? Love is the way people treat you. And I say when I found this man here, the way we met is not that the way we met. We went to the same school as young children, but I was way ahead because I went to the 4th grade and they skipped me from 4th grade and they put me in the 6th grade. From 6th grade, they moved me with 5 other kids and they put us in the 9th grade. And we had to stay in the 9th grade until we were old enough, right? And so he was behind me. He's a year younger than I am. So he was behind me and I was gone. I left them, way back then in the rearview mirror probably. But then when my grandmother passed away and I went home and we had the 9th night celebration and I was there. I was serving the soup, the goat head soup, the manish water, whatever that was. The manish water. And I was also serving the liquor. So I was up there, and I was serving that, and then my cousin came and brought Donnie in, and he called me. He said, "Beverly, come here." And when I went out, he said to Donnie, "Here she is." So here she is. That was strange, but the music was going, and I had people to serve, and he said, "Do you remember him?" And I said, and he said, "Donnie man, Donnie Black, Ivy Black's brother." And I said, "Oh yeah, he's the youngest one." And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, I'm busy now. If you have a number, I'll call you back. I'll call you or something. But right now I'm busy." I said, "Do you want something to drink?" He says, "No, he's okay. He's not a drinker." And I took a soup cup, a cup for the soup, and I wrote his number on it, tore a piece of it off, and I pushed it in my pocket. And I said, "All right, take care." And I went back in and started serving. So when I left down there, maybe a week or 2 or so, I called and we started talking. Mind you, I used to say, I raised my children, the girls had already gone off to college, And my son, no, they had finished college because they're older than Christopher. So they had finished college and was living in Maryland, in Georgia. The older one bought a house there, and Christopher was now almost 18 or 18 already and was finishing high school. And so when I met Donnie, it's like I was praying. My prayer to God wasn't for a rich man or a handsome man. I never prayed for somebody with wealth or with a car, or I didn't pray for that. I just said to God, I don't want to be alone. I just want to grow old with somebody. And so eventually Danny and we got married, and he came. But I know that when I go home, listen, we used to talk a lot. I'm telling you, that's my middle name, long-winded. I love a good conversation. And we would just talk, and the greatest thing was because we went to the same school, there was a lot of people there that I could say, hey, what happened to Agent Tomlin? So what happened to Lorna? What happened? There was so much. And you remember Miss Rose when she used to come up and sell? And there was just so much. And my daughters, they used to laugh. They used to say, Mommy, I know you're happy because you wouldn't be on the phone talking to somebody for so long. You should see my phone bill. And then we got used to the card thing, where you'd buy a card and scratch it off and put the thing on the phone. But then sometimes the cards are bad cards, and you would put your scratch and put the number on it. You didn't even get 2 minutes of talking out of it, and you bought like $10. And life is something else. Memories are good to build. But when he came, Christopher was heading out to college. And so he was here and we talked. But when I go home, there was nothing. There was nothing. If Donnie went to look after the goat, I went with him one day to the bushes, and he says, you can't come back. And I said, why can't I come back? I was picking the peppers. He said, because you slow me up. So he would get so much done. He had planted dasheen, and oh my God, those dasheen were so healthy. And I was able to peel dasheen. He peeled dasheen for me. We put oil on it, put them in Ziploc bags, and wrapped them up and brought them up and freeze them, put them in the freezer, and they last for a long time. And because the oil was on it, it didn't like freeze the dasheen, so it's powdery. It still kept its gummy state. And if I talk about Naseberry when I go home, there's a basket of Naseberry. Whatever it was, he would find it. I like jelly coconut water, and the jelly too. And I would go home, and there's coconut there for me. There would be a jug of coconut water in the fridge already for me. And now that I look at it, I said, and when he said to me, doesn't the things I do? And I had to really say yes. Because he was there. He might not say a lot, and that's one of the, he doesn't talk a lot, but he gets things done. The other day I hugged him and I said, thank you. Thank you. Because we had to get the house ready for people to start walking through to look at it and all that. And he was just right on point, just helping to touch things out, to just get things done. He cut the grass like 2 or 3 times. He just... So today I ask if you told anyone you love them today. But I also want to add to it that love is an action word. And so let us not just use the word, I love you, I love you, I love you. But later on, can I talk to you? You know. Love is an action word. Love should be seen in the way we speak to one another, the way we touch one another, the things we do for one another. That should speak volumes of love. So remember, don't go around. Our parents and foreparents didn't know much about love. or the words, but they did a lot for us to let us know they did love us. They did a lot. I know Granny made a lot of sacrifices for me, which made me know that she cared about me. She loved me. Might not have been perfect, but she loved me. So today, let's not just say words that have no feelings or no meaning. Words are just things spoken until you put meaning to them, until you hug me, or until you hold my hand. I could feel I could feel that there's love present there. Love is reaching out. I need a barrel because we're doing a container, but I needed a barrel. And the other day I was talking to him and he had to pack his tools and stuff, so he had one. And so I was a little disappointed that, I said, how come you got one and you didn't get me one? He says, well, the ones that they had were the short ones. They don't hold a lot of stuff. And so I said, but you got you one. And I was going to get frustrated, and then I just let it go by. And today he came before I went to work and he says, I got you your barrel. So you can start getting, to start packing. Put your stuff in it. And I said, thank you so much. So again, guys, it's not the words. It's not that hot air that comes out of the mouth. It's not that word, oh, I love you. I do this for you and I do that for, and then, if you try to have a conversation, they talk down to you. They put you down. They talk. Don't let people talk down to you. Don't let people tell you they love you and then they talk to you and call you all sorts of names. That's not love. Love comes with respect and kindness. Love comes with appreciation, a look, a smile. Just a simple smile. Didn't have to say one word, but just a smile. The thank yous. People do things for us, we take it for granted. Danny makes dinner on a Sunday. I said, thank you for dinner. And those things, I think, make him feel good, makes him want to keep doing it. And I appreciate it. And so make those words count. So when you say I love you, please mean it. But make sure that when you say it, I love you for so many reasons. Don't just love because you want something. Don't just I love you because people look good and you want to get in their pants, or don't do that. Love is an action word. Love is wrapped up in respect and kindness and understanding and good positive communication and encouragement. Love is the greatest of all things. So let us remember that. I love you guys. Because I love you, I respond to your comments, so please keep dropping your comments. And because I love you, I do these videos, and I will get better at finding things that will just make you feel good inside and out. And I love all of you, great or small, Jamaicans or Indians or Americans or Canadians or British, those from Great Britain. Wherever in the world you are, I love you and I appreciate you. And I thank you for being part of the MBP family. So step out today. Show somebody you love them. Show them that you love them. Tell them you love them, but show them why you love them as well. Make it a great day by choice.